I welcome you all to the day third of Pathology Snippets, Snippet 6 Neurocutaneous Syndromes MCQ discussion. Now, it's a great way to study, according to me, that you learn a topic. I have just taught you a topic and you are being quizzed with some MCQs. Now, these MCQs will really tell you whether you have understood the topic. More important than memorizing the topic is to understand the topic and to be able to apply in your MCQs. So let's move ahead with the MCQs. For people who have not seen my previous two videos of MCQs, I would like to share a technique of reading MCQs. I frankly believe that if you can read an MCQ properly, 50% chance you'll get the MCQ right instead of the conventional 25%. Now, credits of this technique go to the DAMS faculty, DAMS pathology faculty, Dr. Sanjeev Chitragar sir. I'll briefly tell you his technique and then we'll see the application of his technique in the coming three MCQs. His technique is that read the last line of the question, then read the options. Based on the options, get an idea from which topic or which chapter this MCQ has been set. Don't read the full question. Just read the keywords and mark the answer and go ahead. We'll be solving the MCQs according to his technique henceforth. What is the most likely diagnosis? A. Medulloblastoma. B. Hemangioblastoma. C. Glioblastoma. D. Pilocytic astrocytoma. Okay, so from the options, it feels like all these options are brain tumors except option number B, hemangioblastoma. And just now we have read about retinal hemangioblastoma. If you remember, that was seen in von Hippel-Lindau disease. Okay, now let me go through the keywords. Now in this question, believe it or not, there is only one keyword, which is bilateral renal cell carcinoma. Father died of renal cell carcinoma at the age of 37 years. Now I have just taught you a mnemonic in which I have said von Hippel-Lindau syndrome VHL has 3 letters. RCC, renal cell carcinoma, has 3 letters. Most common tumor association of von Hippel-Lindau syndrome is renal cell carcinoma. So the clinical vignette is of von Hippel-Lindau syndrome. Now, if you remember, in von Hippel-Lindau syndrome, there were only 2 clinical features, cerebellar hemangioblastoma and retinal hemangioblastoma. Both are hemangioblastomas. So the answer to this question is option number B, hemangioblastoma. Moving on to the second MCQ, again following the technique of Dr. Sanjeev Chitragar sir. What is the most likely diagnosis? A. Sturge-Weber syndrome. B. Von Hippel-Lindau syndrome. C. Tuberous sclerosis. D. Neurofibromatosis 2. Okay, so from the options, I come to a conclusion that all the options are of neurocutaneous syndromes. So I now know the topic that has been asked to me. Now in this question, if I am reading it now in front of you, there is only one keyword again, which is large purple colored patch on the left cheek. Now, what is this patch called? This is called a port wine stain, and a port wine stain is seen in Sturge-Weber syndrome. Okay, so the answer to this question is option number A, Sturge-Weber syndrome. Let's go to the last question of today's snippet. The abnormal cells in the masses are derived from which embryological structures? A. Notochord. B. Neural crest cells. C. Mesenchymal cells. D. None of the above. So this question seems like an embryology question. Seems like a question where they're asking you what is the derivative. So let's look at the keyword. The keyword here is 1. Sensory neural hearing loss. 2. Brain showing a mass in the left cerebellopontine angle. I hope you have studied it in ENT that if there is a mass in the cerebellopontine angle with sensory neural hearing loss, this is classic of acoustic neuroma. And here there is a bilateral acoustic neuroma. And if you remember the mnemonic of neurofibromatosis 2, I have said that neurofibromatosis 2 has the 2 at end. We have 2 ears and 2 eyes in our body. So 2 eyes signify bilateral cataracts, 2 ears signify bilateral acoustic neuroma, although acoustic neuroma can be unilateral also, but for the sake of the mnemonic, I have said 2 eyes and 2 ears. So the answer to this clinical vignette is neurofibromatosis 2. Now, because it is neurofibromatosis, it is derived from neural crest cells. So the answer to this is B, neural crest cells. Now, as it is our tradition that we always revise our mnemonics at the end of our MCQ discussion. This is because if someone is running short of time, and in the future, I'm going to just make a YouTube short of only the mnemonics of the topics. That will be a really interesting thing to do. We'll plan it in the future. So the 4 mnemonics that I have discussed in the pathology snippet are: the first mnemonic is for remembering the clinical features of neurofibromatosis 1. The mnemonic is Cyclops, but the spelling is CICLOPSS. I request everyone watching this video to jot down these mnemonics in your notebook. I've been saying this since the past 3 videos. I hope you cooperate. So Cyclops. The first C is cafe au lait spots. Then I stands for intellectual disability. The second C stands for cutaneous neurofibromas. L stands for Lisch nodules. If you remember, Lisch nodules are very good iris hamartomas. O is optic gliomas. P is pheochromocytoma. The first S is seizure. The last S is sphenoid dysplasia. This makes neurofibromatosis 1 clinical features remembering a cakewalk. The second mnemonic, which I forgot in the last video, was clinical features of von Hippel-Lindau syndrome. If you remember von Hippel-Lindau syndrome, VHL, 3-letter word associated with chromosome 3, most common tumor association, renal cell carcinoma, RCC, again a 3-letter word. The mnemonic is HARP, H-A-R-P. If you have heard the term play the harp. The first H is hemangioblastomas. This can be both retinal as well as cerebellar. The A is angiomatosis. R is bilateral renal cell carcinoma, so RCC. P is pheochromocytoma. The mnemonic number 3 is to remember the chromosomes and its associations. Now NF1 has 1. So the chromosome is 17, starting with 1. NF2 has 2. The chromosome encoded is chromosome number 22, again starting with 2. Now, again, the mnemonic of neurofibromatosis 2 is that neurofibromatosis 2 has 2, and our body we have 2 ears and 2 eyes. So 2 ears signify bilateral acoustic neuroma. Again, I'm repeating, do not get confused. I'm saying bilateral acoustic neuroma here for the sake of the mnemonic. Even if it is unilateral acoustic neuroma, it can warrant a diagnosis of neurofibromatosis 2. And the 2 eyes signify for bilateral cataract. Okay. Fourth mnemonic is respect to tuberous sclerosis. There are 2 types of tuberous sclerosis complex 1, that is TSC1, and tuberous sclerosis complex 2, TSC2. So because 1 is an odd number, the next odd number is 3. So tuberous sclerosis 1 will have chromosome number 3 squared, that is 9. Tuberous sclerosis 2 is an even number. Next even number is 4. So tuberous sclerosis 2 chromosome number will be 4 square, that is 16. So I have revised all the 4 mnemonics. We are done with the MCQ discussion. If you have liked this video, please like, share and subscribe our YouTube channel and share it with your colleagues and friends. Thank you.